So for today's video, let's have some fun and do a book giveaway. And this is going to be a practice to illustrate how sensitive we can be to the possibility that ownership is just an idea, that it's an illusion, that there's no reality to ownership. And as I put in the other video, if there's some reality to ownership, well, be conscious of it. And you simply can't, because it's just a shared idea among us that we were taught as kids. And you can, maybe before you can remember, if you watch kids, they'll have the sense that this is mine and it's not yours. And clearly that seems to be taught because it is culturally relative. So the book is the No Self, No Problem Workbook. It's a collection of exercises, and it's a workbook, so there is some work to it. And it's a collection of exercises from cognitive science, cognitive psychology, which is studying the mind in the same way that the ancient Advaita Vedanta, Buddhism, and spiritual traditions discovered that there is this mind program that isn't who we are. It's mostly from culture. It's a survival machine. And again, the most important thing is that it is not who we are. And that's a really important part of the adventure when you ask the question, who am I? So I'm going to give it away. And the purpose of this giveaway is to show that there's no place during this giveaway where you will be able to become conscious of what it means to own something. So right now I have this book, and legally one could say that I own it. Well, what is the law? A law is, again, a bunch of rules, a collective social agreement. So can you become conscious of it? No. You can become conscious of any particular instance or example if you verbalize it and you hear the sounds, but those are just the surface features. You cannot become conscious of the idea of ownership. So if you want to enter the contest, all you have to do in the comments, just make some comment like, I want it, give me my copy, I'm in, let's have a little fun with it. And then I will, by some random process, pick one person and I will send this to you. I will, as if there's an I in the skull who's actually paying for the postage. But I will send it anywhere in the world for you. And if you haven't read it yet, you'll have that chance. But the point is, right now you think this is my book. Why? Why is this mine? And once I send it off to whoever wins this book, why is it yours? See, money creates this illusion that, and it comes from just maybe as soon as we started agriculture, then we started making trades. And then sometimes because the food may not be ready, we had to start coming up with symbols like our signature. And I would promise that when this is ready, then I will trade you such and such. So we had to start becoming symbolic. And that, of course, led to money, which started off with gold, then it led to money now, where this wonderful time where you'll be able to pay for things with virtual money, which it's not that hard to see the virtual money has no, I want to say physicality, but what I really mean is it has no ability to become conscious. You cannot become conscious of virtual money. Where is it? It's just like this, ghost that went from gold to paper money to it then suddenly disappeared. And it's almost as if, so again, if you enter this and you win and it suddenly gets transferred from my ownership to your ownership, show me at what point you can become conscious of the ownership. You can become conscious that I have this right now and I have control over it. I can tear it apart, whatever. I could write notes on it. And then once it's yours, you can do the same. So there we have this idea of control, and that's certainly real. But the problem is we confuse that with this much more mystical concept, this idea of ownership. So imagine we were walking in the woods 50,000 years ago, and I found a particularly beautiful flower, and I pulled it from the earth and I gave it to you. Again, look at our language. I gave it to you. Well, I'm just manipulating it from one place in the earth to the other. There's no place where there's ownership involved at all. I did not own that piece of nature. And once I put it in your hand, you do not own that piece of nature in the exact same way that even if I send this book to you, you will not own it. All the very best that you can do is think that you own it. But let's have some fun with it. I'll announce the winner at some point.